Hello, our group was a group of three members, John, Vivek, and June. The name we choose for our app is Chatex. This is Junsu speaking, and I worked on the UI design simulation since I was the only one with the Android phone and bug testing.
Hi, I'm John, and I worked on the backend and the user interface.
I'm Vivek. I worked on the buttons and the icons.
Okay, our first idea draft was drawn from the idea that there are no convenient tool for latex generation in the mobile environment. Yes, there are few apps that edit or view latex code, but they are far from generating one. Thus, we came up with Chatex. Chatex with its calculator-like interface and user-friendly, especially for those who are familiar with latex code.
About the buttons. There are 35 buttons in all. They range from elementary operations like addition, square root, subtraction, multiplication, division, and they can go as advanced as derivatives, partial derivatives, integrals, products, summations, you name it. So when you press a button, it will output A, the latex code, and B, the rendered image. You can make it small or large if you so choose. You can also undo what you did and redo what you did. Or if you don't like it entirely, you can just clear it all. And if you so choose, you can copy paste the code, the latex code.
Okay, so another feature that we implemented is that you can type in text into this box here manually. So for example, I'm going to click this integral button and then change the upper limit of integration to 8. And then it takes about 1.5 seconds to render when you type in input manually here. And that's because we wanted to ensure that, the user isn't typing and then having it render like instantaneously every time, because we consider the possibility of concurrency issues. Now, just a quick note about the undo and redo buttons. The undo and redo buttons, we had some trouble figuring out what data type we would use to accurately implement this. So from research, we decided to use a stack data type. So pretty much all the changes we make to this, or for example, all of the changes that we make up here, we can undo them and then redo them.
Okay, while we processing our app, we faced several technical issues. First problem was the button icons, especially SVG files. When we tried to put our icon for the first time with PSD, the Photoshop file, it didn't show anything. Thus, we tried with SVG file, which contained all the vectors of images. Luckily, we were able to get few of icons from Wikipedia, but some of those SVG files still didn't work very well. So, we converted SVG files to SVG source code and attached it to our project. And as you can see over here, they are displayed very nice. The second problem that we had faced was rendering position. It is fixed very well, but originally the keyboard popped up just below the text input, which covers the rendering display of inputs. So for the simulation, when we press the input over here, you can see that keyboard is not going to exceed the display of rendering, but originally it was go up right below the text input. We tried little change of location of input and the rendering. However, we figured out this clean approach using is-scroll container logic, and it worked just as we wanted. For additional future features that might get implemented on our app will be additional buttons and more clear view of the panel. We have thought using tab for organization buttons like tabs in Chrome. Okay, and that's all for our apps. Thank you for hearing.